You want to be a streamer? That's what you want to do with your life? So you want to sit around and play games? It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. There's other streamers out there who are doing what you're doing or what you want to do, and you think you can make a difference? You think you have something to offer? You think you have what it takes to be the anomaly, be different, to make a name for yourself, make money? Oh, you are streaming. You're streaming now. Oh, well then quit. You should quit because this isn't for you. Have you heard those lines before? Have you heard any of that before? I have, and today we're going to talk about it. My name is Mayne, and welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about using that negativity, using those thoughts that people have and they tie to you pursuing being a streamer or streaming, and how you can use it to work for you, depending on what you want to do with it. Because there's a chance to take that and turn it into something that can motivate you and help you channel it into something much more positive. You're going to have some moments where people telling you that either you're wasting your time, whether it's pursuing what you want to do or what you try to do, that could be seen as a waste of energy, that you can never turn into something profitable or use that passion to really reach others and build a community filled with people who share the same interests. Because I can say that I have, and frankly, it sucks. Like, for real, it sucks. But you know what? This video isn't about agreeing with those people. This video is about not saying that they're right, but that they're wrong. Because you can make it. And I want to encourage you and hopefully motivate you to use those opinions and turn them into a means to focus on the prospect of streaming and where it could take you. I also want to use this video to make you think about what you want and if you really want to become a streamer. Because like most things that we all want to succeed at, understand that there's some work to do, like really. There's a lot of work that involves this, and it ain't for everybody. I'm sure that over time you've come across some streamers, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and you thought, man, you know what? All they do is go live, they play video games, and they talk to people, have a good time, and it seemed like a really, really fun idea and something that I could really do. I think it's really, really fun, and I think I could do that. Yeah, it's true. But you know what? Along with that, you have to understand that there's some things you probably need to know that you're unaware of starting out. If you're just in it to have fun, then great. That's totally fine. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Games started out as a hobby, right? So there's nothing wrong with you turning it into a hobby. You just love games. You want to come home, you want to push live and have a good time and enjoy yourself with others who may interest or share the same interest in that game. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you enjoy the atmosphere, go for it. You shouldn't be ashamed of wanting to do that. But maybe you're one of the committed though, the ones who truly want to create a legacy or chase after the success of other high-profile streamers. You are constantly thinking of ways to excel, get better, improve, and use every single resource that you have at your disposal. What I'll do is I'll have two videos, one for the hobbyist and one for the committed. And we'll talk about all those steps and things that you can go down to make sure that you have a good time or enjoy yourself or succeed no matter which one you choose. Aside from all that, the fact is that people in both of those camps, you're going to face lots of criticism when you make your decision to be a streamer or continue to even be a streamer if you're currently one. Even after you start, it doesn't ever go away. But once you start, there's always going to be a feeling of having to prove that what you're doing brings value. And in a way, it'll be done to validate the direction that you're going in. And for me, that's a personal struggle of mine. Wanting to know if whether or not what I'm doing is either adding value to someone, or even if I am adding value to someone. That's another thing that's very, very important to other people and myself, but that can sometimes get in the way of your goals that you set for yourself. And you have to be careful of that, because that mentality can really, really hurt you in the long run, even sometimes up front. But I will say that even for me, I'm about 30 videos in at this point because, you know, for my live streams and things like that, I've done about 30 videos so far, and I'm still having those questions brought up in the back of my head. I'm still asking myself whether or not I'm adding value, or if I am providing value, what can I do to add more value? And you know what? If you're doing it as a hobby, or if you're doing it as something that is more serious to you, eventually those thoughts are going to creep up in your head. You just have to figure out what to do with them. Now we've come to the part of the video that a lot of people don't really want to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Statistics. It's the odds. Now, there's a lot of studies out there, and you can grab them from anywhere. They all have a similar trend. And the trend is that a lot of the people who are streamers, out of 100% of the people who are streamers, 95 of those people won't make it. And roughly around 5% of those people will. Why? There's many different variables. You can say that some people are lucky. You can also say that some people put in extra work, but that's just how it is. Not everybody's gonna make it. And you have to be aware and understand what that means. And you have to ask yourself what your goals and intentions are. Now, again, if you're the serious person, you're going into this and you want more out of this, you want that success, whatever that may mean to you, right? You want to chase that goal of making the money, having the sponsorships, having your face everywhere, all of the things that you may expect to come with being a top streamer or top content creator. The goal of this video to help you understand it is possible, but you also have to understand that there's other part of that you may not succeed. That's the reality of it. You may succeed, you may not succeed. And sometimes you putting in that work or you putting in that time still may not amount to what you're expecting out of it. And that's the truth. But for those of you who aren't taking streaming seriously and you just want to have a good time, you just want to have a moment to have fun playing games, that's totally fine. And I actually encourage you to do that more. But for those people who are very serious about it, who want the sponsorships, who want the following, who want the influence that comes with it, you have to understand what you're getting into. And you have to understand what you're going to put in sometimes doesn't necessarily come back out. Here's the thing. You're going to want to really have to sit down and have what I call a person in the mirror talk and understand that what you're embarking upon requires sacrifice, vulnerability, consistency, resiliency, humility, and the one that I have lots of personal experience in, and that's loneliness. What I mean by loneliness, sometimes streaming is very, very lonely. I can tell you many times where I'm sitting there up late at night editing or going through analytics, and I would love to have someone who's really as committed or really interested in what I'm doing and the same, but there's no one there. There's times where I want to have a conversation. I'm reaching out to other people who are in the same field who I could pick their brain and they can give some advice or even just a reassuring words, some motivation, or to slide me a message when something's not going right with my streaming. They're quick to help and assist. Sometimes you're not going to have those moments. It's just going to be you, and you're going to have to figure it out on your own. Does it suck? Hell yeah. But what I'm learning is that even though it's lonely where you are, when you come out of the other side of that thing, you'll appreciate it more. You'll be that much stronger. I guarantee you. So yes, it's going to be lonely. Stick to it and keep going. And don't lose hope. You'll benefit the most out of it, I assure you. But you just got to get there first. So now, of course, all of this probably seems a little daunting. And like, Mayne, I'm hearing you. I don't want to stream at all. I don't want to do this at all. I don't. You're making it sound like it's a lot of negatives that come with this experience that, hell, I don't even know if I want to do it anymore. Of course, some of those, with anything, there's drawbacks, right? There's going to be negatives with the positives of any experience. But let me tell you something. For the short time that I've been doing it, I have considered this the most rewarding experience out of anything that I've ever pursued. So yes, you're going to have some challenging nights, challenging days where you have 0 to 4 hours of sleep. You're editing, you're looking at analytics, you're streaming and then going into looking at analytics, you're streaming, then going into video editing, to going into analytics, to figuring out your next move, or you're tweeting a lot, or you're engaging in other communities. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. Trial and error that I still deal with. Recently, I was doing a stream and somebody was like, hey Mayne, your mic is muted. Still, those things come with the territory, right? Stick to it. And by sticking to it, you realize that you'll actually also see a lot of moments of greatness. You start to see the kind of person, the kind of creator, the kind of streamer that you're wanting to turn into, and you'll see that. So understand, you're gonna have moments where you make a blunder, but you're also gonna have some moments where you really sit back and you'll be like, man, I'm making progress, and you can see it. For me though, I would say that one of the most rewarding experiences of all is all of the incredible people that I've been able to meet thus far on my journey. That is hands down the most rewarding aspect of what I've been doing this entire time. Some of the people that I've met have been truly just kind and supportive, and I would have never met any of those people had I decided to not take a risk and take a chance and do what I'm doing now. So if you're out there and you're wanting to stream, just do it. Go for it. Don't let anybody tell you that what you're doing is a waste of time. Hell, don't even tell yourself that it's a waste of time. Don't even put that out there, because it is possible and you can do it. You just have to understand what you're doing and what you want out of it. And a lot of this that people don't understand is on-the-job training. Streaming is on-the-job training. Start now. I will say that I've also had some people who were discouraging and had some things to say. But you know what? Even though some of those people told me that they couldn't see me going any further than where I am now, they don't expect me to even stream for long, or the mistakes that I've made or the wrong moves to make, I'm gonna mess up and it's not gonna work out. And this is recent stuff that I've been told, right? I can say that looking back, I am where I am because it's a marathon and not a sprint. And I'm okay with that. And you will be too, honestly. But I'll end it with this question. You wanna be a streamer, huh? Well, if you desire it, go and acquire it. Peace.